Hey church, Pastor Gary here. I want to say Merry Christmas. It's that time of year. I've got to count down to just a few more days before we get to really enjoy this season. Maybe you get a few days off and get to relax. Hey, I just want to thank all of you who are able to come out for worship on Sunday to join us at one of the 3 services this past weekend. We continued our look in our study of those minor prophets in the Old Testament, the minor short prophets, although this Sunday we looked at a long one, Zechariah. It's a very important book in the Old Testament because it's quoted, it refers more than, I think, Isaiah to Christ and to the book of Revelation, and it has all kinds of prophecies that pertain to the coming of Jesus, which is what they were all about. They were looking for their Messiah to come and save the day. That's what it was all about for the Israelites. As they looked forward, as these minor prophets, as they wrote, they were looking forward to the coming of their Messiah. In chapter 1, it really lays out the importance of this book because Zechariah records the name of his own, then his father and his grandfather. His name, Zechariah, meaning God remembers, and his father's name, Berechiah, meaning God blesses. And then his grandfather's name, Edu, which means at the appointed time. As though God is sending a message there in that first verse that I remember you, that I'm going to bless you when the time is right. And when is that time right? Because the people, they felt forgotten. They were in exile. They wanted to come back, and they've been promised that they would return, and they're wondering, is this the time? So we got them in exile in the first place. It was their rebellion. It was their rebellion to God, their unwillingness to live as God had commanded them. And so now God was bringing them back. Not only was God going to bring them back, but he was going to judge the oppressive rulers who had ruled over them over these last 70 years. He's going to bring judgment there. But bringing them back and taking care of their oppressors didn't alleviate the problem. Like the problem still had to be dealt with. And that's what a large portion of this text is about, or one of these clear visions that Zechariah records is a trial of the high priest. The high priest is standing before the angels of the Lord, and he's in defiled clothing, and that won't work because he's supposed to be clean. And so the angel of the Lord removes the dirty clothes and gives him new clothes, gives him clean clothes, redresses him in the priestly garments. It's really a picture of taking away our sin and giving us a new life. Just what is said in the New Testament when it says that when we surrender our lives to Jesus, we put on Christ. We get a new set of clothing. We get a new life. And what we do is, in response, we live out of that new life. That's our call. To be holy as Christ is holy. And we think a lot of times, well, I can't do that. But the reality is that as a Christian, we understand that the Spirit of God comes to live in us. And actually, it's not about can we or can't we, because we can, because we have God's Spirit at work in us. The question is, will we or won't we? And for the people of God, the Israelites, they just wouldn't. But God is looking for people who will obey, who will follow him. That's who God is looking for. And he does it in us. He makes us holy. He gives us the power to follow. He gives us his Spirit to help us live the life that he calls us to. That's the hope of the unworthy, that he's doing it all along, right? That was a good word. That since he's at work in us, that we're a prisoner to what he's doing in us, and that is our hope. We're prisoners of hope. Prisoners of hope. We can't get away from it. As a follower of Jesus, that our hope is in us, it's bound us. Christ has got us bound to hope. And we live as a prisoner of hope, doing the will of our Father. Amen. I pray that this blessed you this Christmas season, this Advent season. Now as we get ready for Christmas this week, I invite you to join us for one of our worship services. We're going to worship together Christmas Eve at 7 o'clock at Wesley Chapel, at 10 o'clock at Rock Hall Church. 10 p.m., 7 p.m. That's Christmas Eve evening. And then Sunday morning, Christmas Day, we're going to worship together at 10:30 a.m. 10:30 a.m. on Christmas Day at Rom Chapel. Pray you can join us. It's going to be a great day of celebration at all those services. regardless, if you're on the road, you're not able to make it back to be with us, be with your family. Celebrate the Lord together. All right. God bless you all. Have a fantastic day. And remember, Christ is alive in you, and he wants to do something through you right where you are. God bless you. Have a great day.